So we're here at Display Week 2026, and please introduce yourself.
My name is Satya Malik. I'm the CEO of OpenCV.org, and OpenCV is a computer vision library. It is the most popular computer vision library in the world. It is downloaded about 1 million times a day. So in a single day, it is 1 million times. So yeah, we are very excited to be at this conference, and we just had a one-day session, OpenCV SID Conference on Computer Vision, OSCOM, and our computer vision and AI. So we had an excellent group of speakers here. I actually had a workshop, 3-hour workshop, which I delivered on vision language models. It was a great experience.
And Cool is launched. Please introduce.
So Cool is cloud-optimized OpenCV library that we launched in connection with AWS. AWS is our launch partner. The idea is that OpenCV library is so popular, but the performance that it has, all the people do not, it can be optimized a lot for your processor, but most of the people, when they use pip install OpenCV, the normal way of installing OpenCV, they may not be getting the biggest bang for the buck. So with AWS, we have optimized OpenCV for the Graviton processor, and it is blazingly fast, right? Sometimes it is as much as 70% faster than the normal installation of OpenCV, and that is what we announced in this conference as well.
So is it really interesting to work on optimizing OpenCV for different architectures like the ARM SoC?
Yep.
And you really try to put all the stuff from the SoC to use it?
Yeah, so we have this new something called a hardware abstraction layer. So OpenCV any function, even something like resize function, it has a basic C++ implementation, but if the hardware supports specialized optimized kernels for resize, we have the option of passing the resize function to the hardware optimized library. For example, with ARM, Clydee CV is one of them. With Qualcomm, we use FastCV, and with Intel, we have Intel's performance primitives. So the idea is that the user doesn't need to know that they are how to use these different libraries. They're already familiar with OpenCV, and once they compile OpenCV with the right for the right architecture, it automatically gets all the benefits because it is optimized for those architectures.
And so there's edge AI devices, there's smart glasses, there's self-driving cars, and since sometimes they might communicate with the cloud to do stuff there that's better to do there, but the whole thing could be compatible, right?
Right. So there are several architectures where partly you do the work on the edge and partly you do the work on the cloud, right? So OpenCV actually works everywhere, right? It can work on the device itself, and you can also have a cloud instance of OpenCV, and the same algorithms can run both sides, right? So if the device is not powerful enough, you can ship it to the cloud, do the exact same processing, and get your result back. So those kinds of systems can be built using OpenCV.
What are some of the really cool things people do with OpenCV you would like to talk about? Because there's so much stuff, right? But there must be some things where you really think like, this is so cool. And it like, maybe you're talking with people here, right?
Yeah, so it's, like I said, that it is downloaded 1 million times a day, and people are doing really cool stuff with it. For example, NASA, when they sent a mission to Mars, they had a helicopter which flew on Mars, and that helicopter was using OpenCV. Back in the day, in 2005, Stanley, the car that won the DARPA Grand Challenge, going through the Mojave Desert autonomously for 132 miles, that was using OpenCV as the library of computer vision library. So all these things, the impact OpenCV has had on computer vision, it democratized computer vision, and it has been, several companies have been built on top of the value that OpenCV created.
And computer vision is kind of the best AI stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because AI is cool, but if you can use it for vision, it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right? Human visual system, 30% of our brain power is spent on vision, right? And only 3% is spent on hearing. Okay. So, and if you ask my wife, she would say that I don't even spend 3% on listening. My main point is that computer vision is the technology that our human brain uses because it is so rich in information, right? You take a picture, it is worth 1,000 words, they say, right? The second thing is that cameras are everywhere, right? The reason, and they can be, they are also passive. They don't actively shoot lasers on you, right? So they are passive, they are everywhere, they are cheap, and compute is becoming cheap. All of these things make computer vision the frontier technology in AI.
Do you think we will have some really great AI video editing? And do you think it can really use this technology to like really kind of like understand what's in a video?
Yeah. So video understanding is one of the core areas where computer vision is required, right? Because from image understanding, when you go to videos, there is a temporal component, time. You have to reason across time. And in all these tasks, if you look at computer vision, is core.
And there's Waymos all over here.
Yeah.
These self-driving cars. Yeah. What do you think about when you get into a self-driving car?
Oh, I first of all, even for somebody who has been working in this area for 25 years, it feels like science fiction, right? Because I have taken a Waymo, and it's amazing, right? My Tesla self-driving, I have taken long drives, something like 300 miles without even touching the steering wheel, right? So it's amazing, right? It stops automatically for recharging, and then it plans everything. So it's amazing, this technology, how far it has come. And again, if you listen to Elon Musk, he says that he has removed all the sensors from the vehicle. The only sensor that is left is the camera, right? Because if humans can pretty much do the job without cameras, right? Without other sensors, right? We're just using our eyes, that too forward-looking eyes. We are not looking at the side. We have to do this inconvenient thing, right? With multiple cameras on a car, the technology is, very good.
So what's next? What's the next version? What you're planning for the future?
Well, OpenCV 5 is coming this summer. We are going to announce it in CVPR, which is Computer Vision and Pattern Recognition Conference, one of the biggest conferences in this area. So OpenCV 5 is basically going to be much faster, right, for all the deep neural network inference. That is one of the key things. And across the board, the performance of various operations that people use will become really fast, right?
How is it possible to make it faster?
Well, because the new architectures are coming out, and they are specifically targeting computer vision as the area, right? For example, ARM, they have a library called Clydee CV, and they optimize CV operations on that. OpenCV is a wrapper. When you're using OpenCV on ARM processors, it basically serves as a wrapper. You write the same code. Doesn't matter whether you're writing it for Intel or ARM, you write the same code, but it gets optimized based on the underlying library, right? So because of that hardware abstraction layer, we're able to extract performance because all these companies are very interested in computer vision workloads, right? So they have specialized libraries that extract the maximum performance out of those processors.
So the next smart glasses and robots are going to be great.
Yeah, smart glasses and robots, they are the next big thing in my opinion, because again, these are all vision-based, right? Even robots which are not moving around, just to grasp, let's say, an object, they need to use computer vision to find the orientation of the object, and then they can go and grasp it, right? So all these tasks are using vision as the primary sensor, and it's very exciting, all the things happening.
Imagine every pixel, every sound, enabled through HDMI technology. From the highest resolutions, the fastest refresh rates, to immersive multi-channel audio, HDMI technology powers a worldwide ecosystem of devices for movies, for gaming, for creators. Experience clarity, performance, connection. HDMI technology. Connect the future today.